You're listening to a Well-Rounded Life podcast, episode number 65. What's up, friend? How have you been? I've missed you. I have sincerely missed chatting with you each week, and I couldn't be more thrilled to bring you a brand spanking new season. Episode 65 marks the very first episode of season 5. Crazy. I cannot believe that. And I am so ready to bring you the very best topics, guests, resources, and more because you deserve just that. I've got some incredible guests lined up for this season, and I've mapped out the very best content, got some new equipment, got my team in place, and we've been working behind the scenes. But before I spill the tea and we dive into the show and some life updates, I want you to do me a favor, screenshot and tag me at Coach4Creatives on Instagram so that I know you are tuned in and rocking with me for a brand new season. Are you excited that we're back? I know I am, so let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to A Well-Rounded Life, the podcast, a space for creative entrepreneurs seeking an intentional life and biz filled with grace, passion, and purpose. I'm your host, Jamira. I'm a mama, wife, dessert fanatic, and on the ultimate mission to get you closer to your idea of what it means to live a well-rounded life. Right here is where you'll find curated resources, quick tips, and relatable stories, no matter what season of life you're in. So hang out with me for a bit and let's dive in. Hey, so season 5 is here and I'm back. And I'm back with so much excitement and joy. I just want to say, welcome back, friend. And welcome to our new listeners. Welcome if this is your first time tuning in. I'm so glad that you are hanging out with me. I am your hostess, Jamira. I'm a well-rounded life and biz coach for creative entrepreneurs, former wedding planner turned biz coach, and I am determined. I'm seriously on a mission to help you live well-rounded. And as we continue our mission, I want to share with you what I have been up to since we last hung out. So much has happened, you guys. So much has happened, yet we are all still stuck at home due to COVID. Yet so much has remained the same. So lots of our families have been impacted as a result of the virus. And it is my sincere hope that we get this COVID thing under control ASAP so that we can continue to grow, build, and thrive and to show up for each other because a lot of us are missing that community. But in the meantime, I am committed to showing up here with you so that you feel like you have a friend. I am committed to creating a safe place and a community of well-rounders. But we'll get to that, all right? So I wanted to jump in and tell you about a bundle deal that you don't want to miss. For just a few more days, grab the Profitable Pro Bundle featuring over 30 educators for $99. Yes, for $99, you will have access to a vault of educational courses, resources, and trainings taught by some of the best in the wedding industry. When I was asked to be included in the bundle, I jumped at the chance because I wanted access just like you. I've been loving the content inside of the bundle, and I know you will as well. So head over to bit.ly/JamiraPPB. Again, that's bit.ly/JamiraPPB, all lowercase, and check out all of the details. The details are also in the show notes and on our website. The Profitable Pro Bundle disappears on March 5th, so let's get to it. So let's have a casual conversation about what's been happening over here for the past few months. And let's first dive into what has remained the exact same. So since we last chatted, we are still virtual learning, and it is not really much of an update there. It's just that we are still in the thick of it. We have 2 kids at home, full-time, doing their virtual learning thing. We have adapted to our new normal. We are settled in. And you know what, you guys, we are making the best of the situation. And so my heart truly goes out to other parents and caregivers doing their very best to ensure that our little ones are staying safe and focused this school year because it has been very challenging. I personally don't take it for granted that my family has remained safe and that we are doing well. So thank you, God, for that. And so my prayer is that you guys are also staying safe and that you are doing just okay as well with this virtual learning thing. And if your kids are back at school, we will just make sure they are taken care of as well. So first thing is, we're still virtual learning, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well. On a business side of things, I am still virtually coaching my badass clients. They are doing so amazing. I've always had a virtual coaching business, so I'm very grateful for that. And so my clients, they have been showing up, they have been kicking butt, and they have been elevating, making money, and doing what they love in the midst of a pandemic. And that is just so awesome to see them thrive and really show up and step up. And I just am so grateful that, I'm able to bless people in that area as well. And so, interesting enough, I'm still doing my MVP intensives. So we got a new name for my intensives, which are hours long. We block off time, we schedule time, we know what we're going to chat about, and we get it done with these MVP intensives. I've introduced clarity calls, which I love, because in 90 minutes, we can make a huge impact. You can clear the mental clutter. You can come out with a plan of action, and it just feels so good to feel the excitement of my clients when we hang up that phone. Something else that has been doing so well that I am obsessed with, and that is my 2 courses, Secret Sauce, which I have co-created with Kwania Wooten of the Enlightened Creative. Secret Sauce is the course that we created with business backend in mind. And so head over to secretsaucecourse.com and you can learn more about it if you are trying to get your business back in order. And then my other course, my signature course, Systems for Your Sanity, is a course that I created after listening to you well-rounders out there who were trying to figure out a way to get some of their time back so that they can do more of what they wanted to do and show up for themselves and their families. And so Systems for Your Sanity does exactly that. It helps you figure out how you can create systems within your home, step by step, things that have worked for me, the best tools, the resources, how I manage it all. And it's a self-paced course that you are going to love because it is going to help you get to where you want to be. Something else that is the same but has also had a little bit of a change is our online shop. So shopwellrounded.com is our online merch boutique, and we have added some fun new designs, sizes, styles of merch over there, and you guys are loving it, and it just makes me so happy because each piece was created with intention, and each piece was created to help drive the mission home of the importance of living well-rounded. So our merch shop is still there, it is still thriving, but it has some new merch that I know you want to get your hands on. All right, so shopwellrounded.com is still going strong and still a baby of mine, and I'm just so appreciative of all the support that we have seen with our online shop. All right, so virtual learning, still doing that, still loving on my family, still hanging out with my friends when we can virtually, and business coaching is still doing its thing. We're still making an impact there. But let's move on to what has changed a bit. All right, so let's go into it on a personal level. So your girl has started working out. Something that has changed is that I have decided to show up for myself this year. I have been going strong. I'm so proud. I am giving myself a gold star because I have been showing up each day with my health in the forefront. And as I mentioned on the show before, I have a chronic condition called fibromyalgia. And so I discuss it on another episode of the podcast, like way back in the day. I discuss all the details of my condition, how I got diagnosed, what my life looked like once I got diagnosed. And now I can just say that working out has definitely helped manage my condition. So I'm just so grateful for that. And so I've been showing up in my home gym 5 days a week. Like, who am I? Who is this girl right now? I've been showing up 5 days a week, and I have been making my health a top priority. I cannot believe it. Like, I'm like, how is it the girl who never worked out, and the girl who hates the gym so much decided to show up? But let me tell you a secret. The truth of the matter is, your girl over here gained about 15 pounds since we've been on lockdown due to COVID. Legit. So Netflix and chilling, trying new recipes, and just hibernating has caught up to me. And at first I was like, hell to the nah, when I realized my clothes weren't fitting. You know, when you actually have to put on jeans and you're like, okay, these yoga pants had me tricked. and had me thinking I was still fine, but no. And so the interesting thing, the silver lining about that situation is that by showing up and actually getting my body moving and going, that my systems for my fibromyalgia haven't been as present. You guys, that has been such the biggest blessing for me. And so for years, my rheumatologist has been like preaching to me like, hey, Jamira, how about you incorporate exercise into your life? It has worked for my other patients. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't really have time for that. I'm just really trying to get a lot of things done. And I never actually took the steps to make it a priority. But now I can proudly say that I have a better handle on my health and my daily pain isn't as intense. Thank you, God, for that. And I have been loving the One Peloton app, and I've been following a few fitness folks over on IG for workout inspiration. And so I'm going to leave some of those details in the show notes for all of you guys who just really enjoy hearing about the resources. You can check out the show notes. You can head over to a wellroundedlifepodcast.com, and more details are over there as well. So what has changed is I've got my body moving and I'm feeling a lot better. So that has been great. The next thing is Clubhouse. Some of you guys are like, what the hell is Clubhouse? Well, Clubhouse is an app that feels like it came out of nowhere. A friend texted me and was like, hey, are you on Clubhouse? This was back in November. And I'm like, what is that? And they were like, you would really enjoy Clubhouse because it's a lot of like-minded people, a lot of business people dropping gems. You're going to love it. So got into Clubhouse and there really wasn't many people there. Next thing you know, end of December came and the whole world was on Clubhouse, and it has been awesome. I have loved connecting with you guys on Clubhouse, hosting rooms, talking about how we can live well-rounded, talking about setting boundaries and productivity. But the interesting thing about Clubhouse is it's a live platform. So when we host the chats, you just got to get in those rooms. You got to get in on those conversations, because it's not like this podcast where you can go back and listen whenever. It's live. So you got to know when to show up. And so the trick is to follow the people that you really want to learn from, set the notifications on so that when they host rooms, you can get in those rooms. It is really great to connect with new people and to learn from people who are where you want to be. And so Clubhouse is where I've been dropping some knowledge each week when I get the opportunity. And when this season launches, I'm going to try my very best to show up to host rooms where we can just talk more about the podcast and talk more with our guests. And so just connect with them on that level. So just a quick note, I am at Jamira on Clubhouse. You can find me, just search my name. I would love to connect with you. And then we can also chat via the DMs because Clubhouse doesn't have a messaging feature just yet. If you are on Clubhouse, DM me so we can connect and I can make sure I am jumping into the rooms that you are hosting as well. So Clubhouse has been something that I've been having some fun with, and it has been really great to fill the void for all of us that have missed being in person with other industry professionals. The next thing that I'm going to chat a little bit about, because it's not fully launched yet, and it is a fun project that we have been working on behind the scenes for the past few months, actually. And it is something more on a lifestyle level. It's super personal to me. And you know what? I'm actually going to hold off on it. And I'm going to actually do a whole reveal so that you can get a full scope of what we've been working on. If you have a clue of what our next big project is, let me know. Shoot me a DM or an email so that I can let you know if you are right. If you guess, I will tell you because I'm really excited about it. So in the background, since we last spoke, we have really been pouring into these new projects that are going to be something fun, something personal, and another way to connect with you. The fourth thing on the list that has changed since we've last chatted is my team is growing. So I have had a virtual assistant who has been phenomenal. She's been so great, and I've been grateful for her, and she has stepped up and she has definitely helped me with the production of this show and the logistics. I used to do everything by myself, and you know what? As much as I love this show, I cannot spend hours and hours serving my clients, serving my family, pouring into the podcast, showing up on Clubhouse. We just can't do it all. And so I've learned to tap my team in and say, hey, y'all, can you help me with some of these logistics? And they've been excited to do that. And something else that I'm trying out this season is hiring a podcast editor. Who am I, right? But the reality of it is, if you know you love doing something and you know you don't want to feel burnt out doing it, you got to figure out what you need to take off your plate. And for me, it is editing this podcast. When I have guests on this show, you guys, I will spend 3-4 hours editing to make the guests sound great, our sound great, uploading, doing all the appropriate tags, marketing, all the things. This podcast is a labor of love, but I wouldn't trade it for anything at all. And so this season, I was like, how can we make this show better? So we are working on the back end to make sure our podcast producing team is top notch, doing what we need them to do so that we can deliver the best qualities to you. And so those are just some of the things that have been happening since we have last chatted. And so let's just talk about some things that you can look forward to in this new season of A Well-Rounded Life. You can look forward to me showing up, being consistent, making sure that I'm doing all that I can to bring you the best of the best. And so I have lined up some very, very respectful guests, people that I admire, people that will basically show up, change your life, serve you, and just pour into you. And that is my goal. I'm tapping some friends. I'm taking a leap and asking some other people that I have admired from afar and saying, hey, can you spend some time with me? Because I know you have something that my audience needs to hear. And so those guests will be coming to you very soon. We have recorded some dope episodes and they're very candid, and I'm just excited for you guys to hear that as well. And so the guests this season are top notch, and all the guests that we have had have been vetted and they have been great, and you guys have loved hearing from them. And so we're going to keep that momentum going as well. What else is going on over here? Well-rounded. I saved the best for last. So one thing that I felt like was lacking is a sense of community. And so you guys, I hear from you every week about, oh, I love this episode, or I really love this guest, or where can I connect with like-minded creatives or mamas or other people who are where I am. Well, I got you. I have decided to create a Facebook group for this podcast and my Well-Rounder community. And so if you are on Facebook, you will find all of the details in the show notes on how you can connect with our Living Well-Rounded Facebook group. Cue the horns. I'm so excited about it because the goal is for me to show up there, chat with you guys. You guys can ask questions. You can learn from each other. You don't have to hear me rambling all the time. We can learn from each other. We can share our experiences and learn from how people overcame certain things, and how we have certain tools or resources or things that have helped us take our business to the next level, and things that have helped our families. And so if you feel like you want to connect even on another level, make sure you are hanging out with us on Facebook, and you will find me hanging out there as we build the community. So excited about it, and I want to make sure you share with your friends. We may just be doing some giveaways as well, and that's just our insider group. The Facebook group, those are my people. That is the tribe. That is also another way for me to serve and show up. If you are not on our newsletter, make sure you check out the show notes so that you can be in the know of when all things Living Well-Rounded come out. And so you can be the first to know all about it. The newsletter is where I also pour into you and let you know first what is going on over here in the Living Well-Rounded team and realm of everything. And so newsletter, make sure you are with it. Facebook group, make sure you are in it. Instagram, holler at me at Coach for Creatives. Clubhouse, I am at Jamira. Have you picked up the theme here? The theme is that I am showing up for you. I am excited to show up and serve, because my mission of making sure that you live a life filled with grace, passion, and purpose is even more ignited, and I'm even more excited to share with you all that I have learned. And I'm not being selfish, stingy. We are going to be very candid, raw, so that you can just work smarter and not harder and do more of what you love. So it's all about community. It's all about serving. It is all about showing up in season 5. And I couldn't be more excited to lead this group of amazing, amazing creatives, mamas, busy bees, hustlers, doers, and all the things. So that is it for now, you guys. That is all that we have going on thus far. Again, I'll share some more information in the Facebook group and on in our newsletter so that you can be the first to know what's going on. We're going to be super casual. We're not going to try to pretty everything up. I want to give you more of a behind the scenes of how things really go, because we're all human, and I'm learning the importance of just being very much more authentic behind the scenes and showing up regardless of if it's all pretty and packaged. At least you can pat yourself on the back that you showed up. So I want to encourage you to do that. So thank you, well-rounders, for hanging out with me. It feels so good to be back. It feels so great to be behind the mic. And I just really hope you are excited about this upcoming season, because I haven't let you down yet. And so the goal is to take it up a notch. Make sure you're hanging out with me on IG, where I show up just about every single day. And again, connect with me in the newsletter. Check out all the details that I just mentioned in the show notes. But more importantly, come hang out with me in the Facebook group, the Living Well-Rounded Facebook group. Lastly, to get started, I want you to leave us a review. Leave a quick review. Let people know about this show. Your reviews and your 5-star ratings. Give us those 5 stars. Definitely help us reach more people. It lets me know that you appreciate the fact that we are showing up to serve. So head over to the Apple Podcast app. Check out the show notes if you need a direct link. Share with your friends, and we might just send you a surprise in the meantime. But make sure you, again, are connecting with us and let us know that you are in our community, you are in our tribe, and that you appreciate what we've got going on. I love you, well-rounders. I'm excited to be back, more excited to connect, and I will see you next week for a brand spanking new episode of Season 5. Bye, guys. Friends, thanks for kicking it with us this week. Remember to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode airs. I'd love it if you leave us a review and share this goodness with your squad. Until next time, seek a well-rounded life and remember to focus on what matters most.